here we are talking about the Clippers and the Jazz, and they're about to start Game 7. Honestly,
So,
I didn't really expect any of this to happen. I honestly thought that either the Jazz were gonna win real fast on some,
hmm
out of the blue, just not even fluke, but they would have definitely been unheard of. No one was ready for
yeah,
them. But I definitely believe this team is really good. I'm
yeah,
not. I don't believe this is a fluke by any stretch of the imagination. They are completely outplaying the Clippers and just playing his game, and
right.
there's nothing to do.
Mhm.
There's nothing to show for it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like you said, he's he is playing on an island, but he's also carrying. I mean, obviously Utah had all the momentum.
Yep.
You know, going they took one in LA and they were up 2-1. They could have made it 3-1, but Chris Paul just took advantage. The final two games, really, Chris Paul was the main catalyst as to why where they are right now, which is tied going back to LA, which is going to be very tough, I would say, for Utah. But then again, I mean, I feel like Chris Paul won't let them lose in LA. But as we all know, the Clippers they're very unlucky, especially in key moments and times in the
Definitely.
playoffs. Chris Paul,
And not having, believe me, that
yeah,
hurts.
Chris Paul not having the cast that the reliability of the cast isn't where it needs to be. Obviously, he has a talented cast of
Hmm.
of teammates, but you know sometimes things happen. You know they obviously have injuries and things like that. So I mean, it
And
can go either way, but I feel like Chris Paul won't let
yeah, yeah,
them
you're right.
lose at
And
in that.
just to throw a side note in there, Chauncey Billups said the other night, "There's no way Luke Mamba Mute and Mo Spates should be the ones that are leading scoring behind Chris Paul." You know what I'm saying? There's just,
Hmm
I mean, just no knock to those guys. I'm glad they're hitting their shots, but JJ Redick, where are you, man? Austin Rivers. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not
Austin
relying.
actually had a pretty
Yeah,
decent game
yeah, right.
in
And that's the thing. But
last game five
but but
or game
where's
six.
where's the consistency? You know,
Exactly.
that's it's a playoffs. You only get one game, so you can't just come out. You know what I'm
Only
saying?
got one game.
You're right. One game per. You know, obviously it's a 7 game series, but
Hmm
each game you take is just one game. You don't just, oh well,
Yeah.
tonight I wasn't playing good. Tomorrow night we'll get them. Like that. That shouldn't be your mentality in the playoffs.
Right. And let's just take in effect that these two teams are one of the top defensive teams in the league. So whoever gets the most stops
Yep.
and plays just most even keel throughout the game and plays most consistent and can get buckets when needed. This is going to be the team that's going to win. So I mean, it can really go either way. I mean, they're both great defensive teams, and so in my eyes, I feel like the Clippers are gonna behind Chris Paul are gonna find a way to pull this one out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll disagree. I think that ISO Joe and Gordon Hayward,
So,
I think they're gonna win that game just because
mhm,
their team. You know, Chris
right.
Paul is gonna do whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, that Jazz team is just looking too polished, and you got to give Quinn Snyder, that coach, the recognition that he deserves, because
Oh yeah.
nobody really expected them to be in the position they were. I mean, they did, but they didn't.
Right. All
And
right.
you got a lot of the year they didn't even play with a healthy team. Hayward missed
hmm
games, Johnson missed games, a lot of that lineup missed games, and
Yeah.
so for them to be
But
playing
they're all
these
here
guys,
now.
yeah, you're right, exactly. So for them to be playing as well as they're playing is obvious. It's a reflection of his coaching and those players' ability to want to win and play basketball. Simple as that. They want to be
Hmm.
the best, and they do it as a team.
Oh yeah. So I mean, going on. I mean, so if I'm speaking on my behalf, if we're talking about Golden State versus the LA Clippers, I think Golden State's probably going to win in about five, 4 or 5. I mean, I hate to knock Chris Paul, but I mean, without Blake Griffin, I mean, you really have no other go-to scorer but Chris Paul, and
There's not enough
with like you
shooting.
said, with everyone else,
Not enough
just
shooting.
being inconsistent, you're not going to get the production that you're going to need to beat Golden State.
Right.
Obviously, they're the best team, by far. I mean, they're the favorites to win the title.
Hmm.
Let's just be honest. So, and Chris Paul hasn't been out of the second round his whole career. So, I mean, I don't see that changing anytime soon, especially in these playoffs. So, um, I feel for my guy Chris Paul, but Golden State definitely is gonna pull that one out in about 4 or 5. So what do you think if so you say that Utah's gonna beat the Clippers today. So how you feel about Utah's chances against Golden State?
I say it'll be a 5 or 4 game series because
Yeah.
they can play, but there's just too much scoring coming from that that Warriors team, man. I'm trying to think in my head right now, and Draymond Green is gonna have a real big impact. That's really all I can think
As
about,
as he usually
as
does.
he usually does. But they're a pretty small team, the Jazz. Besides Gobert, I'm trying to. Yeah, am I right?
I mean,
They're not that
I
small,
don't, I don't know. I
but they're
mean,
not
they
a
have
Bucks
they
team.
have Rudy Gobert. They have
Force,
Derek Favors at the 4.
right?
I mean, they're actually a pretty
They
decent
got a
sized
solid.
team. I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely a
you have
solid team building.
Rodney
I'll
Hood.
take that
You
bet.
have Rodney Hood starting at the 2.
Right.
He's about 6'6", 6'7".
Okay,
Um,
so they got a decent sized team. That's gonna match
yeah,
up. They're gonna match up pretty well. Now, then I'll scratch that point. I believe that I won't scratch that though because Draymond still is gonna have a remarkable impact on that team. Just
I mean,
because,
yeah, it's just like across the board. I think as far as matchups, I mean, I feel like it's really no contest. I mean,
yeah, it's
they
no
really don't have
contest.
anybody to stop KD,
And
even
who's
though KD's just been on they hasn't been at full health. Even if KD got not at full health, he's still gonna probably have
who's
an
gonna
impact because there's
who's
not
gonna
many people like
score if Gordon's not
right,
scoring, and who's gonna score if Joe's not scoring?
exactly.
Ximo.
Um, but I mean, the thing with Utah is that they're a great defensive team, so they're well rounded. So if obviously if we're looking back at the Utah Clippers matchup, Game 6, Gordon Hayward he had a terrible shooting night, but yet and still they only lost by 4 points. So
Right.
I mean, they have guys. They have guys who can step up like
Yes, sir.
ISO Joe.
They do.
So and then they have guys who bring energy. I mean, they're just one of the most well balanced teams that is in the league right now. So, but as far as matchups against Golden State. I mean, obviously it's just doesn't add up.
Yep.
There's just too much on the floor. Period.
You're right. Hey, and we're gonna definitely leave it on that note, and we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully, the Clippers can find out something to do with their team in the off season because it looks like it might be coming up a little bit quick. I
Yeah.
gotta stop. I gotta stop. But
All right.
yeah, thanks for listening, and hopefully you guys like this, and hopefully you guys subscribe as well. That would really help us out. And you guys enjoy your day.